step back in time as the echoes of the past whisper tales of valor, intrigue, and discovery. The annals of history are rich, filled with towering monuments and civilizations that have shaped the world as we know it. Unearth the secrets of the pyramids, stroll through the ruins of Rome, and navigate the complex politics of the Middle Ages. Marvel at the genius of great minds, the courage of renowned warriors, and the artistry of celebrated creators. From the rise and fall of empires to the personal stories of historical figures, history is not just a subject, but a captivating narrative that continues to shape our future.
Have you ever pondered over the existence of female pharaohs in the male-dominated ancient Egyptian society? The term pharaoh, often associated with the image of a man adorned in royal regalia ruling over the ancient sands of Egypt, doesn't quite fit the traditional mold when a woman wears the double crown. Yet, in the long and storied history of ancient Egyptian civilization, there were indeed instances where women took up the scepter and ascended the throne as pharaohs. These instances, however, were as rare as they were extraordinary, breaking the norms and challenging the status quo of their times. In this grand tapestry of history, certain threads shine brighter than others, telling tales of audacity, ambition, and resilience. One such thread weaves the story of an extraordinary woman who dared to rule as a pharaoh, who dared to challenge the norms of her society, who dared to be different. One such extraordinary woman who ruled as a pharaoh was Hatshepsut. But who was she? Born into royalty, Hatshepsut was no ordinary Egyptian girl. Her birth was a momentous event indeed befitting a child of royal lineage. Her father, Thutmose I, was the pharaoh of Egypt, a man of great power and influence. Her mother, Ahmose, was the primary wife of Thutmose I, a woman revered for her wisdom and grace. Hatshepsut was the fruit of their union, a symbol of their love and the continuity of their dynasty. In the heart of the royal palace, Hatshepsut's early life unfolded, steeped in the traditions and rituals of ancient Egyptian culture. From an early age, she was exposed to the intricacies of governance, the nuances of diplomacy, and the vast wealth of knowledge contained within the ancient scrolls of the royal library. Her tutors were the finest in the land, scholars of great repute who instilled in her a deep appreciation for learning and a profound understanding of her future responsibilities. Hatshepsut was not just groomed for a life of leisure and luxury, but also for leadership. She was taught the art of ruling, the delicate balancing act between maintaining order and inspiring loyalty among her subjects. She learned about the religious rituals that were integral to her role as a future leader, the sacred rites that would ensure the favor of the gods and the prosperity of Egypt. Her education was not limited to the confines of the palace either. Hatshepsut was also exposed to the wider world beyond the palace walls. She witnessed the bustling markets, the grand temples, the verdant farms, and the mighty Nile that breathed life into Egypt. These experiences shaped her worldview, giving her a deep understanding of the people she would one day rule over. Indeed, Hatshepsut's early life was not merely a journey of personal growth, but a rigorous preparation for the extraordinary destiny that awaited her. Little could she know then that she would ascend beyond the traditional roles assigned to women of her time and etch her name in the annals of history as one of ancient Egypt's most remarkable pharaohs. Hatshepsut's early life was a preparation for the extraordinary destiny that awaited her. The death of her father, Pharaoh Thutmose I, marked the beginning of Hatshepsut's journey to power. In ancient Egypt, the path to the throne wasn't always straightforward, and for Hatshepsut it was a journey marked by strategic alliances and unexpected twists of fate. Hatshepsut was not born to be pharaoh, she was born to King Thutmose I and his primary wife Ahmose. Upon the death of her father, the throne passed to Hatshepsut's half-brother Thutmose II, born of a secondary wife. In a move to solidify his claim to the throne, Thutmose II took Hatshepsut, his half-sister, as his queen. This was a common practice among royal families in ancient Egypt, intended to maintain the purity of the royal bloodline. Thutmose II's reign, however, was short-lived. After a reign of only a few years, he died young, leaving behind a male heir, Thutmose III, who was still an infant. As the child was too young to rule, Hatshepsut stepped in as regent, a temporary position held until the rightful king was of age to rule. But as Hatshepsut took the reins of governance, she found herself in a position of unprecedented power. She was a queen regent, yes, but she was also the daughter of a king, the wife of a king, and the mother of a future king. This unique convergence of roles placed her in a position of considerable influence. As queen regent, Hatshepsut began to adopt many of the symbols and regalia of a pharaoh. She wore the traditional false beard, the shendit kilt, and the nemes headdress, symbols typically associated with male pharaohs. She also began to be depicted in statues and carvings as a male pharaoh, complete with a muscular body and the traditional royal kilt. However, Hatshepsut's ambition did not stop at being a queen. She aspired to be a pharaoh. Within a few years of her regency, Hatshepsut declared herself pharaoh, changing the course of Egyptian history and setting the stage for her remarkable reign. In an unprecedented move, Hatshepsut declared herself pharaoh. With the audacity of a lioness, she stepped into a role traditionally reserved for men, and she did so with unwavering determination. Hatshepsut's reign was marked not by wars and conquests, but by peace and prosperity. She was a shrewd administrator with a keen focus on infrastructure and trade. She understood that the wealth of a nation was not in its ability to conquer, but in its capacity to thrive. One of the most notable achievements of her reign was the expedition to the distant land of Punt. Under her direction, Egyptian ships sailed the Red Sea, bringing back a wealth of exotic goods including myrrh, frankincense and ebony, which helped boost Egypt's economy. Hatshepsut also oversaw massive construction projects, the most famous being her mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahri. This architectural marvel stands as a testament to her ambition and vision, and it is one of the most well-preserved temples from ancient Egypt. Even the greatest of pharaohs must meet their end, and Hatshepsut was no different. Around the age of 50, Hatshepsut passed away. The circumstances surrounding her death remain shrouded in mystery, a puzzle that continues to baffle scholars to this day. Her mummy, discovered in the year 1881, was subjected to modern scientific techniques, hinting at a possible cause of death. Theories range from diabetes to bone cancer, but the truth remains elusive. Hatshepsut was laid to rest in the Valley of the Kings, her tomb a testament to her grandeur. Yet, following her death, there were calculated attempts to erase her legacy. Her successor, Thutmose III, and his son Amenhotep II, made concerted efforts to remove her images and inscriptions from public monuments. This systematic erasure was so effective that Hatshepsut was lost to history for almost 3,000 years. But the sands of time have a way of revealing hidden truths. In the early 19th century, Hatshepsut was rediscovered. Her statues, her obelisks, her temple at Deir el-Bahri all began to tell a story of a queen who dared to be king. Her name was reinstated in the annals of Egyptian history, restoring the legacy that was once denied to her. Hatshepsut's reign, viewed through the lens of modernity, holds significant implications. Her ascension to the throne was not only a triumph of her personal ambition, but also a testament to the potential of women to rule in a world dominated by men. She was a beacon of female power in an era where power was typically a male prerogative. The reign of Hatshepsut stands as a stark reminder that gender does not define capability. It challenges the historical narrative of male dominance, shedding light on the often overlooked strength and resilience of women rulers. Hatshepsut, the female pharaoh, continues to intrigue us, a beacon of female power in a world dominated by men. Her story, lost and then found, is a testament to the enduring strength and potential of women in power, a narrative that continues to inspire and intrigue us even today. So, who was Hatshepsut? She was more than just one of the few women to ascend to the pharaoh's throne in ancient Egypt's long history. Born into royalty, she navigated the intricacies of the court to become the god's wife of Amun, and eventually the pharaoh herself. Her reign was marked by prosperity and peace, with impressive architectural feats that still stand testament to her rule. She was a shrewd diplomat and a visionary leader who, despite the societal norms of her time, chose to rule as a pharaoh and not as a queen. Even after her death, Hatshepsut's legacy continued to echo through the corridors of history. The mystery surrounding her life and reign has intrigued scholars and historians, sparking an ongoing quest for knowledge and understanding. Hatshepsut's story serves as a reminder that power and leadership know no gender. It's the will and determination that count.
Cherish the knowledge, amplify the wisdom, like, share, subscribe. Together we shape the future. Remember, every click counts. Thank you for your support.